that is moving. Good. Sometimes if there is no audio, it makes it much better because then whatever we speaking is not heard. Okay. So now let me message this person that it is working. Okay, so my question is that did you get a chance to reflect upon what we discussed between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Yeah, Lata, you were talking something, and then Bhatt wanted to say something, so we missed each other.
Okay, so what I was, so when I was thinking about this, suddenly it occurred to me that, um, like, I don't know where we have seen it, or it is Virat Roop, or it's Bhagavad Gita only, I think, that so many mouths are there, and a lot of everything is getting eaten up by that Virat Rupa or something like
Correct,
that. So
correct.
I got remembered by that because then I understood what exactly it means. So that kind of realization came to me.
Yes, so that is there in the 11th chapter,
Yeah,
Vishwarupa Darshana.
correct. So I somehow I was thinking about the food we eat and so on, and then everybody eating, and then there are so many mouths eating, but then it is all going, it's all the offering to the Brahman. And then this, whatever, I don't remember in which context it all this came up. It's Virat Rupa, then now I remember that it is part of Bhagavad Gita. So then I understood what exactly that means.
Good. Very
So
nice.
that kind of realization suddenly popped up.
Nice. That's a very good realization.
Yeah. So now I will not forget that and what the meaning of it. Before, when you are talking at that point of time, so I was just wondering what it means and how is that everything is being eaten by that Virat Rupa. So now I will not forget for sure.
Yeah, because it is now your personal experience. So
Yes.
there is no way you can forget.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
so that is the gap you can find between consciousness and mind.
Mm.
Mind you need to tune. Consciousness is aware. So the popping thing which came is coming from consciousness.
Yeah. Correct.
And what we are learning is through the mind. So you will forget.
Yes.
So that's the difference.
Yeah. There are certain things which I will never forget. This Chita Basa, that reflected consciousness I will never forget. And most of my doubts got clarified because of that.
Correct.
Only because of that.
Because you understood what is that.
Yes,
Through your own understanding, you are able to find out.
yes, that's right. So the moon, I saw some 3, 4 times coming up. I know it is not a dream and it is half dream or whatever, coming up in the clear sky. So I will never forget it. So this reflected consciousness, when I understood, is when I think my doubts started reducing.
Right. Good. Yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah, for me, 2 days I was thinking every time I used to plan a lot and do things. And then planning time used to take more time than the actual implementation because of various reasons. What I decided Saturday and Sunday is that whatever happens, you see in others people yourself. Or you think like, other people only. Then I found actually productivity is very high. And that ahimsa, no? Otherwise, you will try to impose because of your requirement, you will impose things on others. So I did not do that. A sort of uh, rule, principle based life to the natural based life. And of course, I was listening to a lot of Satavadani Ganesh on his one Kalidas has one literature. It is very interesting. So then what I found, because there also same philosophy comes, uh, Raghumsha. Because of that, my mind was a lighter in both the days, and I found I am also happy, and people around me also happy because of which. I was thinking till then, because of me imposing few things on them, that itself is something what you call himsa for others, because they may not like it what the way what we want to do it. But if you are along with them, then naturally whatever you think also it happens unknowingly, because there is nothing called ego between two people. The ego is melted, and the reality is there between people. And I have spent time on my own also, a lot of time, that listening and some practices. I found it life was very interesting and highly energetic. Then I was thinking, you used to use the word, I think we three are settled and all that. I was saying that is it a settled or what it is? It is a state of mind where I think we should not expect what is not there with us. What is there, be very happy. I was thinking we should be like that. Whatever is there, be very happy with that. Because that is not the life. Ultimate life is achieving something which is very meaningful for life. So these things, accumulation of the wealth or whatever, thinking insecurity of future, that is not very important. I thought nature takes care. What we have to worry about is what is that we have done for ourselves. So like that, my mind was going all around, and mainly the ahimsa part was practiced, I can say, more than what it used to be earlier in terms of chitta to chitta relations.
Nice. What about you, Padmashri?
Yeah. Yes. Actually, it might sound strange a little bit. I had a lot of physical work during the weekend because we are doing something, so there's a lot of physical work. But then what I was always thinking was, when I was very young, I used to play this with my mind. That as of it, like just like we watch a movie, I always feel somebody else is watching, and I am acting in that movie. I used to feel like this. This is a very, when I was very young, I used to play this game. But then what I did was, in the last 2 days, what I felt was I was using my mind instead of somebody else watching me. I was using my mind to watch me playing, because there's a lot of physical work. I didn't really need to use too much of my thinking mind to keep on thinking about it. So I used my mind to watch me doing so much of work. It was very strange. It was like, again, it was more like a movie that was going on, and I had to do so much of work, and then I was watching myself doing all this work. So I felt that very strange. This was a this was some game I used to play very long back when I was in some fifth standard, sixth standard, and all. I used to play this game with myself. So now I felt that was a game which it was easy for me to play that game because I played that game. Only thing is, instead of thinking that others are watching me, I made my mind watch me. But I didn't do anything different. I was doing my work. So what I got from that is that, yeah, I think it is very easy to take this and stay away from it. That is whatever you called as ahimsa to the consciousness. No? I think it is very, once you start watching yourself from away from yourself, it is easy not to hurt the consciousness.
Very good.
Is what I said.
Nice. So instead of mind watching, actually, it is like consciousness watching the mind, which is good. That is awareness. So when we do anything with awareness, there is no mind, or the mind will mind itself. Good. So continuing further, if we have to go further into this, You have to then convert it to walking, talking, sitting, eating, standing, all of that. You have to set till it attains samadhi, meaning now you have started to do yama of ahimsa, then asana, then pranayama, then pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. In all of this, ahimsa has to be established. So this morning when I was walking, I was talking to my sister. So I was telling her that when there is walking, are you really walking? What do you think?
Yeah, this I remember, Vilas. We had when first time we started this awareness meditation. At least what you asked the question was when you are moving, walking from one room to another room.
Yes, I had
Who
asked
is
this.
moving?
Yes, who is moving?
What is moving? So then I think that's the first time I got a hang of this awareness meditation. And
Okay.
then I was thinking, who is moving actually? Then I realized the body is moving, but you are not moving. You are there still,
Correct.
everywhere. So that is the first time I got a little bit of understanding about awareness meditation. Yes.
Right.
I still do that. Right?
Okay. So what we need to do is we need to make a separation of conceptualization and reality. Conceptualization is false and it is mithya. Reality is something which exists without change. So the himsa here is to make conceptualization as reality, and that is himsa. So can you practice that? Like now you're sitting in on the chair, or if you're sitting on the sofa, or wherever you're sitting, is there anything called as sitting? Can you just watch it? And tell me what you feel. Do you feel you are sitting? Or did you do anything to sit? Is another question. What do you think?
I think when the manas is, it's moving, it is not in the chair. When it moves out, you forget that you are sitting. Till you start getting that heat and pain after sitting for long. Till then, manas goes everywhere and uh, you forget about where is your physical body is. And when you think of coming and sitting in the chair, it happens like we don't give so much of attention to that because it happens in a natural way. Uh, Because we don't apply any physics or anything in that. It happens in a so natural way. When you start analyzing sitting here, whether am I sitting? If you bring the awareness to your body, yes, you are sitting. When you take out the awareness, you don't know. You are not there. Depends on the awareness.
Right. So isn't that Ahimsa?
Definitely, yes, it is Himsa. The moment if you bring the awareness and if you start feeling, it is Himsa. You have heat, you have weight, and then you know that you cannot be there for long. It is Himsa.
Not knowing that is Himsa. Knowing that is no Himsa. So it doesn't matter whoever sits will have the same pain, right?
Yes.
So then you become compassionate towards it. That is how your mind will start to disconnect from concept.
Can you say again? I think I have not understood. See, when you sit here, when you bring the awareness, you can feel everything.
Yes, you can feel everything. So there is the concept of chair goes away, right?
Yeah.
And the concept of sitting also goes away. What you are feeling is only heat.
Correct.
And it turns painful.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Whether you sit or somebody sits, it's all the same, right? So then you become compassionate. Because he is also feeling the same heat. He or she. Whoever is going to sit for a long time will face the same heat. So you will not do Himsa at all. If you have concept, then the Himsa will be there. If there is no concept, there is no Himsa.
I think I have not understood clearly. Okay, I'll give 2 examples here. One is that you're working very hard, you're standing and doing some work. The moment you get a chair, when you come and sit, you feel so comfortable. Awareness is there as a comforter. Now, after sitting for say 30 minutes, now it's a heat. And you don't feel like sitting there. You want to now walk again. How to analyze this with respect to this meditation? What is that awareness here? Is it that feeling of comfort and after 30 minutes, discomfort is the awareness?
See, the comfort is there in where?
That is in Manas.
Because the heat is going away by standing, correct?
Yeah.
If the person were to stand for a long period of time, there is a burning sensation near the trunk, correct?
Yes.
Or near the back. Now you take a chair and sit. Immediately that get dissolved. That heat goes away.
Yes.
Now it will take a while before the heat comes up again while sitting.
Yes.
Correct. So actually, whichever posture you sit will turn into discomfort.
Correct.
Mind will make it seem as though there is comfort.
Yes.
Which is Himsa. Actually, it is only
Himsa is what? Feeling that heat is Himsa?
No. I think you did not understand. Okay, let me give it in a different way. Now you are sitting on the chair, right?
Yeah.
Chair is a real or concept?
This is all concept.
Concept. Now, you are feeling heated up. Is it a concept or real?
Heat is...
Is it real or
It is also concept. It's also concept, right?
No. You can
It's
touch
real,
your,
huh?
you can touch your, wherever you are sitting, you can touch your hand, you will find the heat.
Okay.
But if you touch anywhere, you will not find the chair.
Yes.
Sure. Any doubt you have?
No.
Okay. Now, after sitting for a long time, you would like to stand. And that feels pleasurable. There is a pleasure there. Agreeable.
Yes.
But that is a limited pleasure. Right. Thinking that chair exists as real is Himsa, right? Now what really exists is heat.
Got it, got it.
Real is heat. So the fight
Real
happens
is
for
heat.
what? The fight with another person happens for chair or for heat? If there are two people standing,
Mm.
the fight to sit happens for chair or for heat?
When he sees a chair, he would like to go and sit.
Exactly. Exactly. So whether it is an organization or a politics or home or wherever it is, people are interested in the chair.
Yes.
Thinking that chair is an important thing to achieve,
Yes.
and hence does himsa.
That is Ahimsa because heat is coming out.
And whenever there is himsa, only heat comes out.
Yes.
And the natural
Correct.
and the
Understood,
nature is
understood.
heat only.
Yeah. But I am using another word here. The
Mm.
people who are sitting and doing meditation, they don't get any heat.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the
I
mental
will ask
heat is
you
gone.
another example because this is what I was awareness during the weekend. I have done it. See, when I feel like sleeping, the moment I lie down, I get a sleep. Then in that posture, I can be there for 3-4 hours, no problems. But if I don't get a sleep, every 10 minutes I have to move this side to that side to this side because of the heat. Now that means when during deep sleep, that heat is not felt or heat is not there.
Heat is not there.
Because I have really done this awareness since 3-4 days. I thought I should ask this one. If you get a deep sleep, you don't feel anything.
Correct.
Happiness only inside.
Yes. If mind is awake, it can only create heat, nothing else.
Oh, one minute. The heat is not created, you said, right? Because mind is not there.
Mind is not there,
So
there is no heat.
the creation of heat happens because of the presence of mind.
Yes, the creation of heat happens due to presence of mind. In deep,
Okay, as per physics, the heat can happen only due to what you call the friction or something.
correct.
And that means the mind creates friction where to create this heat.
It creates friction in the consciousness.
Uh,
And that's the reason we fight.
yeah, heated fight. That I understood. So then your face becomes red.
Yes.
With the consciousness, you will have friction. That is the mind and conscious. That means the truth versus
Untruth.
untruth. Because this is untruth. And you are trying to possess.
Yes, every concept is untruth. Life is a concept. So there is untruth. You would like to possess, you will fight.
Yes. And you are looking for absolute there, right? That's the reason you fight.
Yes, you think that possessing that very thing is happiness.
Got it. So that means let go is the only method here.
That is what Vairagya is all about. So once you set Ahimsa, everything becomes easy.
Okay. Now there is one question here. Anybody's life, because of this papa and punya, they will accumulate whatever this what you call this bhutikas. They keep up accumulating, and during that time, if you apply let go, that accumulation will continue without any effort, or for that the effort is required. The moment you say effort, it is nothing but friction.
No, it's not like that. See, sitting in meditation or observation or awareness is also an effort, but it is choiceless effort. So there is no heat created. Only warmth is created, heat is not created. When you have warmth, you will not feel hot.
Yes.
If mind intellectualizes, it creates heat. See, we are trying to understand spirituality and we are not getting it, so there is frustration. So heat is created.
Hmm.
Now, if you were to experience like what Lata said, then there is no friction. So there is no heat. There is only warmth.
Okay. Experiencing what? Experiencing ourselves or experiencing this Jagat?
Experiencing the real you, not the conceptual you. You are a conceptual you now.
Okay. When I come and sit in the chair, what is that experiencing me means? Where it will not generate heat.
Me means there is no chair.
And then sitting,
There is no sitting also.
see, mind will bring me here and I will sit here. Okay.
Yes,
And I should not experience means what? Because the same mind only brought me here in the chair.
yes, that is correct. But when you start awareness, you will become aware that neither chair exists nor the sitting exists. Only you exist.
Yeah, the awareness is you, and all that you coming and sitting in the chair and all is appearing in that.
If you are not,
And you are that awareness. I think it is difficult to explain. So you are that awareness, then you are not there, your mind is not there, your body is not there, the chair is also not there.
and the sitting also is not there.
Then how that sitting happens is my question. Awareness, I agree, because for that coming and sitting, that is also some, with awareness only it can happen. It's within awareness. Huh?
No, all of that sitting action is mechanical. This body is a mechanical device
Yes.
run by consciousness,
Hmm.
or running due to consciousness.
Yeah, due to fear.
Okay. Now, mind is there, which conceptualizes sitting.
Yes.
If somebody were to ask, "What are you doing?" I'm going to say, "I'm sitting."
Hmm.
He understands what is sitting.
Hmm.
But are you really sitting?
No.
That you will feel.
Okay. Here you are separating your consciousness and
Mind.
this mind. Yeah, mind and this bhautika part. You're completely separating, but you're not touching this bhautika and mind side. You're touching only that Brahman side.
Yes. If there is sitting, then you are sitting. You means the body.
Hmm.
So if the body is sitting, that it should feel the heat.
Yes.
Now, if you feel the heat, you have to get up and walk. Got it?
I got it. That is how our Patanjali and all these people, they used to sit for such a long time without any effort.
Yes, because consciousness is sitting, not body. And that is Himsa. Considering that you are sitting is an Himsa. Meaning, can you
Yes.
get to that level? Then only it works.
Yeah. I got it. It should be as good as deep sleep when you sit also, so that you have effortlessly you are there.
Exactly. So that is
Effortlessly you can talk. Effortlessly you can do whatever you want to do.
exactly. So that is what that Ganesh was talking on the other day of that deep sleep. Shushupti, what Shankaracharya said was this. What Shushupti we think is the deep sleep when we go into the night. And that's the reason we don't experience Turiya.
Yes.
If you sit like this, you are in Turiya. What else is Turiya?
Yes.
So there is no concept. You remove the concept.
Yeah, you have no mind, you have no body, and
That's all. Brahman is
you
there.
are present everywhere all the time.
Yes, that's all. So I can now close the session then. We'll stop.
So, which means the manas is also limited because you can focus in one place at a time. You cannot have 100 manas.
No.
If I think something, I can think only one, right?
Yes.
And then I can move from there to another. But moving and then reaching another place also one again fixed boundary.
Yes.
Physical body anyway boundary we know that
Yes.
weight and height and the space.
Yes.
Manas is also limited. Only the conscious is unlimited.
Yes.
Everywhere, all the time.
Yes. And
That
that is
is
the
the-
reason
okay.
it is Ananta.
Ananta.
And mind is Anta. It ends.
So, in that stage, when people see you also, they will be very happy. When you interact with them also, they will be very happy. There is no reason why they should be unhappy, because you have no false feeling or false mind.
Exactly. There is no falsification or conceptualization. See,
Yes.
because there is concept, there is asatya. I will
I
suppress.
think actually what you're telling is not asatya, it's mithya, right? Throughout whatever you have told so far.
Yes, no, I am talking
Physically
about
it may be there, but actually it is mithya.
mithya. Correct. No, but when he says asatya, that is ahimsa, satya, asteya. If we were to go like that,
Hmm.
if you conceptualize,
Hmm.
then asatya will come. If spirituality is conceptualized, falsehood will come. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Everybody would like to claim that this is real, that is unreal. So then there is fight. See, for Madhva people, Shankara philosophy is unreal. And for Shankara philosophy people, Madhva philosophy is unreal. And for both of those, Buddha philosophy is unreal. And somebody else, Mahavira philosophy is unreal. So they keep on making concept and fight over the concept. And they do-
Actually, for spiritual people, none of these things are applying. It
exactly.
is for initial stage only.
So if
There is
you-
nothing called Shankara, nothing called philosophy.
exactly. So if you are in that, then you are spiritual. If you are
Yes.
thinking that you are a follower of Shankara, then you are religious. You are not spiritual.
Yeah.
So you are ready to do Himsa now.
Yes.
So if we set this, everything else is set.
Yes.
So while sitting, there is no sitting. While standing, there is no standing. While eating, there is no eating. Everything is offered to Brahman.
Correct.
So finished. You are in Satya. No Mithya. So class ends. So you have achieved what you have to achieve.
It's understood from mind point of view. Practice is needed.
Yeah, so we need to practice. So every walk, every talk, everything I do, I should be doing that, because what is coming from my mouth is not words, they are sound.
But the knowledge is embedded. Knowledge is coming out.
Knowledge
Words can
is-
be anything.
Absolutely, knowledge is coming, but what I should see? What is the reality? Reality is sound. If I come there, then I am giving this knowledge, so I become popular.
See, when we become this interactive mode, Guru and Shishya, sound is coming, message is also coming, and that so-called the power is their knowledge. So knowledge is, in this case, is Satya.
Knowledge
Other
is
things are
Satya,
all Mithya.
including me, who is delivering is Mithya.
Yeah, you are delivering is Mithya. And the sound is what? Sound is also Mithya.
Sound is Satya.
Sound is Satya here.
Sound is
No,
Satya.
see, within sound there is knowledge.
Yes,
Satya,
yes.
right?
Within sound there is knowledge. So how you can get
Yeah.
knowledge is through sound. That is Satya.
Knowledge is a carrier. Knowledge is a carrier of that knowledge.
Sound
Sorry,
is
sound
no,
is
no,
the
no,
carrier
no,
of that
no,
knowledge.
no, no.
That
Sound,
means
no,
sound is also Mithya.
no, wait. Sound is a carrier of knowledge.
Yes.
Not knowledge is a carrier of sound. Sound is a carrier of knowledge.
Correct.
sound is part of the prakriti.
Yes.
Purusha is knowledge.
Yes.
So it's only knowledge, jnana. That's all.
Yeah. The finally sound also goes away. Only jnana remains.
Yes. So that is called as silence.
Yeah. And see, now the jnana flows from one place to other place. It flows or no? It flows.
It flows.
But that flowing of knowledge is also called mithya because finally, once everything is one, what you have realized is going to be my realization after some time, the same thing.
Yes.
That means right now my absorption power may be low, but once it is improves through this process, then even that flow is also a mithya.
Yes. Correct.
Prajnanam Brahma, finally.
Yes.
I think very nice concept. I think my understanding weekend was a lot on that. While sleeping, I feel heat. If I don't get sleep. If I get sleep, I don't feel heat. I was really thinking a lot why. I got a really fantastic response. And along with that, now this knowledge flow is also best way to understand.
Good.
So there is nothing called Advaitam or Advaitam. Finally, it is beyond words.
Yes. You can conceptualize, but if we only keep it as a concept, it becomes mithya. So first you conceptualize and break the concept. So sitting is a concept, standing is a concept, eating is a concept, seeing is a concept, hearing is a concept, everything is a concept.
Okay, now let us now focus on eating. See, you are hungry all night, 8 hours, no food. Morning you are having breakfast. During that time, some solid material with some taste with some heat, with some smoothness, it comes to your mouth through your hands, and that time you enjoy that if you like that breakfast. And then the moment it goes inside, you don't know, except you feel that your stomach is full. It is yet to reach below, but you feel okay. You got energy. After going there, that is story is over for your mind. Then after that, mind is not doing anything. So how to practice something awareness in this process during eating?
Same thing. Concept is eating. What is really going is what? What is going inside the mouth?
Some solid material which is having all these nutrients.
No, only 4 elements are going.
Okay. From that angle, yeah.
That's all. Once it is bit, once the teeth cuts it, the nama and rupa is gone.
That means the taste which is coming to your tongue, what you should do with the taste? It is there. And it's a taste which you either like it or you may not like it. Something is there.
No, the taste liking and disliking is mind.
Yes.
Now you have to get awareness that taste exists. That's all.
Nothing called good or bad.
Yes, it's only the taste.
See, we use the word chapparisi tinnabeku. That means you have to chew it for the digestion. So during that time, digestion time, what your mind should be?
No,
Just don't enjoy the food or enjoy the food because some emotion, what you call enjoyment, and that happiness and sadness will be there. How you should control it when you're chewing this?
You just like you observe the deep sleep, you observe what happens once the stomach, when the food reaches the stomach. There is neither happiness nor sadness, right?
Yeah, once it enters, yes, nothing.
Same thing you have to consider while putting into the mouth.
Idam na mama.
Idan na mama, yes.
and then
And
swaha.
yes, and that is what that 11th chapter is all about, but where it is like one big demon standing and it is consuming all food of everything.
Uh-huh.
See what Lata said about that Vishwarupa Darshana,
Yes.
where from the mouth so many beings are going inside and coming outside. It is just consuming the food.
Yeah, see here when it goes inside, along with that, so many lakhs and crores of bacteria, virus, everything enters inside,
Yes.
and the taste is also probably created out of that. So, because when you see huli, especially the curd, buttermilk, you get the feel because of the concentration of that
Bacteria.
virus,
Bacteria.
yeah, bacteria. So, what exactly happens is almost same, right? It is continuous himsa happens.
No, you are not doing any himsa. That is how the nature is. Your himsa
Ah.
is tasting the food and making it as good or bad.
Or that judgment is himsa here.
That is
Because
himsa.
you feel bad or good.
Yes, both are himsa only. Those are consciousness.
Don't judge anything. That is the reason I think for today morning I heard when Gautama Buddha, his preaching was to his disciples, wherever they go, whatever food comes, you don't reject it because you cannot waste and just eat without attaching any taste or anything to that.
Correct.
Don't say it's a bad or good.
Correct. Because that is himsa.
That is himsa. Even somebody gives meat, you cannot throw that out.
Yes, you cannot.
He said eat.
Yes.
He said you eat because you are on bhiksha.
And
Bhiksha, there is no option for rejecting it.
Exactly. Another thing you need to notice is that if you are a vegetarian and you had eaten vegetarian food, your body should be different, right?
Yeah.
And a non-vegetarian body should be different, correct?
Mm.
But if you cut, human body is human body. It doesn't matter whether it is a meat eater's body or a vegetarian eater body. Organs are same.
Yeah. With that awareness, yes, doesn't make any difference.
That is how you need to eat.
But with our mind awareness, there's a vegetarian and non-vegetarian.
Exactly. So if somebody offers to you non-vegetarian food, eat it. Don't complain. Food is a food. Brahman, does he categorize as vegetarian and non-vegetarian? It doesn't. For
So
that,
when you have no difference,
so
it is not vegetarian, it is not vegetarian, it is just food.
it's just food. Similarly, is there a girl or a boy or a man and a woman? No, it's only consciousness.
Yes.
So don't differentiate between man and a woman. It's just a being.
Yes.
Then the karma will not be there. As long as we separate it out as man and a woman, karma is going to persist. Because you want to meet the other half.
We talk about ahimsa, which we are inflicting on the consciousness.
Yes.
But that is still the second stage. So we are allowed to inflict or know that we have inflicted himsa on something else and then eat it. It is still okay.
No. You did not inflict on it. It was not brought for you. So, in the case of bhikshus who will go and beg food, right? Their job is to go and say bhavati bhiksham dehi, and it is offered. Whatever is offered, right? If you reject, there is himsa of the consciousness because the food is rejected. The food, whether it is non-vegetarian or vegetarian, they both are coming through Brahman only. So you don't have a choice. Just have to eat it. If that person is killing, that bhikshu is killing and eating, then it is wrong because he is killing, and that is himsa.
Yeah. This is what Buddhism promoted. My understanding. That means you are vegetarian strictly, but during Bhikshan, this one, if you get anything, you just see as food and eat it.
Exactly.
You cannot reject.
You cannot reject. It's not that Buddhists eat
Yeah.
non-veg and all that. That is funny.
No, they definitely don't promote non-veg killing.
Exactly.
Because that is ahimsa.
That is ahimsa.
Ahimsa.
That is himsa, but you have to be ahimsa. So don't kill.
Yeah.
Don't kill. Don't do anything. Don't trouble your own consciousness. Whether somebody's consciousness will get troubled or not, that is secondary. First, don't torture your own consciousness. Because that is satya. Everything else is mithya. So how do I know it? You cut open your body, cut open a person's body who eats non-veg. If there is a difference between a vegetarian person and non-vegetarian person, then it makes sense. Since there is no difference between non-vegetarian and vegetarian person as far as the body goes, then...
But why should it make sense even then?
What's that?
What? No, why should it make sense even then, I said? Why? Even if it is different, how does it matter? Because body is not what we are looking at, right?
No, wait. Because we are promoting vegetarianism on a belief that your body will be different and you will get something else if you are a vegetarian.
No. Promoting vegetarianism is because you are inflicting, for your food,
correct.
you are inflicting ahimsa. I don't think it is because we feel that the body will be different. That is why we...
No, wait. No, wait for a second. I will explain to you why I said that. Generally, it is believed that if you were to eat on Ekadashi, the dal and the rice will have non-veg. They say it has mamsa. And they say...
all these are first you'll have to believe it to find an alternative explanation, right?
No,
but
wait
the
for a
point
second.
Is that
Padmashri, just give me a second to finish what I'm trying to say. Okay, the basis of non-violence is don't torture consciousness. So whether this way of understanding that there is difference in vegetarian and non-vegetarian is also a violence. This way of understanding that there is no difference between vegetarian and non-vegetarian is also a violence. What is non-violent is don't take something which is not given to you. So any animal you are not supposed to kill and eat, because you will eventually take the karma of that being. Now I am talking from the person who is a sadhu or a sant or a bhikshu or whatever can be called as, who has gone for alms and he is offered non-vegetarian. He cannot reject it or abuse that person who is giving, saying that I don't eat non-veg. He has to eat it. That's what I'm telling you. Normal person don't have to do it.
No. From my viewpoint, even there, see, if you are going to take it, that karma of killing that animal is coming to the person who is killing it.
Correct.
But if that food is shared, it is also shared to the people who are eating it.
No, that is not how it works.
Because we see, when we are eating food, the food which we are eating, including the karma of the person who has grown it, it will reach us.
Correct.
So, just because a sadhu is eating what is given to him does not mean that it does not reach him.
It doesn't reach him.
No, how does it not reach him? It will reach him because we are also buying the food which is grown by a farmer, and we say that farmer's karma is also reaching us.
Yes, I agree.
So if that is true, this is also true.
Wait, I'll give you an answer to that. It is true in the sense that we have greed inside us. You remove himsa from yourself, whoever gives whatever, that doesn't reach you.
That is the intention in which you are eating. If you are eating as an offering to Brahman, it will not.
It will
Otherwise,
not.
it will, even if he is a sadhu, it will have the impact.
See, the thing is, sadhu is a person, or a santa is a person, or a bhikshu is a person who has given up violence inside his mind and is offering everything to Brahman. And that is what the chapter what we concluded, where we spoke about every kind of yajna. So he has done the Brahma yajna. That means he has offered himself to Brahman. In that case, no matter whatever karma was there of an animal or of a human being or of whatever, will not tangle with this consciousness. It doesn't come. Normal person, it will come. Agreeable. I fully agree with that view that whatever one grows, his mental state, and we buy and eat, so it will come to us. Absolutely true. And somebody has killed the animal and he is giving it to me, whether I kill it or not, the animal is killed, and that's the reason the karma comes to me. 100% agreeable. But for a santa or for a sadhu or for a bhikshu, that is not applicable because he has offered himself in Brahman. So there is no karma. No matter what anybody says, there is no karma because there is no guna, there is no rajas, tamas, sattva, and hence there is no karma. So if you become that is, if you are ahimsa from inside, no matter somebody gives you non-vegetarian food or vegetarian food or this food or that food, no karma will bind you.
I agree to this point completely. But then, as a human being, when we are running our when we are what we are with the kind of situation that we are in, like we work, we have a family, we have to look after. Can we go to that state? Because a bhikshu he begs only when he is hungry, so he eats only what he gets. So that ahimsa is there in him. But we never do it like that, right? When we buy rice, we don't buy it for the day. We buy it for the month or the more than that. So we are always storing something. So, there is so much difference between the way a bhikshu runs a whole life and the way we are running our life.
Correct.
So unless we go to that stage wherein we are going to ask for food when we need it, still the karma is always
there.
Karma, the the hierarchy of that karma will reach us, right?
Yes, absolutely it reaches. So what is the respite for people who are lay followers like us, who have to maintain family and all that? There is an answer to it. The answer to it is cut the karma in the mind. Then you'll automatically will stop eating when not required. And you will not buy something when not required. You will not hoard something when it is not required. Even with family, you will do it. It automatic. Because you will see himsa in everything now. So it will not work. See, unless I drop male and female, himsa is going to continue. Absolutely is going to continue. I will have an outside morality saying that, oh, this is a girl, I should not be touching, oh, I am touching and this happening, or this boy and I'm touching and this is happening, that is happening, because my mind is filthy with male and female. It's a himsa. Because consciousness never distinguished itself from male and a female. But I do it. Then I will say this is my family, as though I was the person who brought in the family. Then I will say this is my wife. And I will say this is my son or daughter or whatever it is. And all those are himsa. Not even one of it is an ahimsa there. So what I need to do is, I need to see from consciousness perspective. When I see There is no man or a woman. There are only beings in the samsara. Then I see the conceptualization of wife and son and daughter and family and all that. There's only concept. There's no real thing called as family. If you start searching, where is the family? You'll never find one. So
Yeah, Vilas, I will join another meeting.
oh
You
yeah,
can
so
continue.
sorry, even I
Okay,
need
thank
to
you.
do that. Okay, so just 2 minutes, and I'll also finish. So when we look at this, the himsa will automatically drop off to an extent of what a santa or a bhikshu or a sadhu should have. So you can have your family, but you will not hoard anything, because you know hoarding is sinful. It's not required. You will buy what is required. You will eat what is required. You will sleep as much as required. You will go out as much as required, but you will not hoard anything in the name of tomorrow, because there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday, there is no today. All are appearing in Brahman only.
No, but we are holding, Vilas. That
Yes,
is what
we are
I'm not
holding.
able to understand. See, because see, one leads to the other. Food for tomorrow, I hold. Okay, because of that, I require a place where it doesn't get spoiled. So I have a house. I have a proper house to see to it that whatever I buy doesn't get spoiled for tomorrow.
Absolutely
Then
fine.
when I buy, then I buy the house. When I have the house, I have to look after the house.
Exactly.
So one after the other, we are entering into an entanglement only. And if we are keeping on saying that yes, this entanglement, if we can keep doing it, but then we only in the mind we say that okay, this is like this. I'm not doing it for myself.
No,
But
no, no,
we
no.
are doing it. We are doing it, right? We are doing it for ourselves.
No,
Just
no, I
because we are
didn't mean
saying
that.
it
I
does not
didn't mean that. What I'm trying to tell you is practice ahimsa and see for yourself how it changes the dimension. Try it out and see. Try to see from awareness perspective, like what Lata picked up some months ago. You try seeing that. Even once you get it, it changes your dimension. It changes your perspective of thinking itself. And you will see, you will automatically come out of it. Meaning, it doesn't mean that you will not take care of your husband or your son or daughter-in-law in your case, or your house or whatever it is. You will do it, but you don't have neither attachment to it, nor you will have any kind of heating up, and all of that will not be there. You will be so much ahimsa from inside. Try it out and see. That's what I'm telling you. Otherwise, it becomes conceptual. What you're saying is perfect. That when we are in samsara, or when we have a family, when we have obligation, isn't it holding? Am I not holding? All that is true. Try it out and see. You will see that you will not hold. You will have it, but you will not hold in the mind. There is a huge difference between physical holding and mental holding. That will go away. So we need to try it out, Padma Shri. So try to investigate. Like I was talking about sitting, standing, eating, talking, all that. We need to try it out and see how much himsa are we doing on a daily basis. Then you will break open the lid, and the experience what you gain out of it to the mind will be so extraordinary that himsa goes away in those things. Did I answer? I don't know. Yeah, Padmasri, did I answer to your question? Not really.
Yeah, no, I got it, but this anyway. I don't think because we continue doing what we are doing.
No.
We continue to think that yes, for tomorrow we have to keep it, but then we are not associating the
No.
mind with it. Yeah, I understood it again conceptually, but I'm not too sure whether
Agreed.
when
See,
we are saying we are doing it, whether we are really doing it. After doing everything and then being the same ambitious view of everything, meaning I hold it for tomorrow, I take care of everybody, and then I'm looking at what happens to the child, whether he is studying well, whether he is not studying well, doing all these things. I am not really feeling that, okay, the we are really going there. That feeling I'm not getting. The sitting, standing, yes, I can. During that time when you are thinking like that, yes, for a few minutes it is doing so. But then whether because our actions will be very different if we are feeling so. Even if a third person looks at our action, no, it will be very different. If that is the case, meaning if we have given up everything and if that is just happening because we are a part of this whole, it generally doesn't. It's not very easy to see that, because actions and the way a person is thinking is very different. In that case, if you are saying that you keep it in the mind, but the actions will continue as they are.
no,
I don't feel the relation between the two of them.
no, I never said that. So let me tell you what I really meant it is going to be. Now, there are two ways of looking at it. One is that you leave your family behind, run away to some place, and do it. This is one way of doing it. Now, let us say that is not possible, and you want to do it with your family. Like I have my family, my wife and son. Let us say I don't want to leave them in lurch and go somewhere. That's not an option, let's say. Now, can I still practice this ahimsa or not? Or can I practice spirituality or not? Is the question. Okay. Now, if you,
No, for me, question is not practicing spirituality. Yeah, practicing spirituality is possible, but the complete liberation of not feeling that these things matter, whether that is going to be there full time inside us.
it will be there. So for that only, this is the practice. You can do it.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, let us. No, I got your point because I'm understanding what you are telling me from beginning. Only thing is that with this in the background, because the people whom I'm seeing are saying that they are moving towards that. The actions, when they are really in a situation, the actions don't give me that feeling. So
True.
I am not able to do it because I am not able to get out of it completely. That I am able to very clearly see.
True, I
Until
agree.
unless I leave, I'm not able to, meaning physically leave, I'm not able to get
True.
into that. Few minutes, yes, few minutes and few hours is okay, but detaching has not been a possibility. If we are detaching, the actions will be totally different, is what I feel.
Agreed. So what I'm telling you is, I agree with one of your comment. If we are doing the same thing and expecting different result, that is not going to happen. Because that is what even Einstein said, and that is what everybody knows about it. That you can't do a same experiment and expect different results. It should be a different experiment to get a different result. So the experiment here is take something and see the difference between concept and reality. And the himsa will go away when we do that. The himsa happens because of conceptualization. The reality, once it is experienced in one, you will be able to see it in others. So, like I said, the easiest and the you know easiest and most affordable thing to see is difference between man and a woman, because the fights happen because of man and woman. I think Lata is also dropped off. So, uh, considering that, if you are able to observe really, is there a difference between man and a woman? You will only come to the physical matter, nothing else. So it is very clear that there is no difference between man and woman. Assuming that there is a man and woman creates ahimsa. Sorry, himsa. So now your ahimsa is don't at all distinguish internally between man and woman. or a boy and a girl, or whatever it is, that those combinations. Keep on working on that, it breaks. Mind will break its connect from concept of man and woman. With that, the karma will completely go away. It will not be there at all. There is no trace of karma. With that, the himsa is also gone. So you have solved more than 50% of the problem just by observing the difference between man and woman. So like that, we have to
First thing is, see, for me, that man and woman thing, right, is not a very major point. I can easily come to that.
Fine, then you take
That is-
something else.
That is not my
Padmashri.
meaning weak spot. That is not my weak spot.
Agreed,
I tell you,
like
weak
that.
spot that is
No,
there.
no, I gave an example. Like that, one has to find which of the one is himsa for the consciousness. It might be money for some, it might be career for some, it might be food for some, it might be house for some, like that, and break that. That will be ahimsa. Whichever you are attached to, you bring it to that. Then you are practicing ahimsa. That will break. Once that breaks, everything breaks along with that. So I just gave an example of man and woman. That's the most easiest to do.
Right. No, see, for example, let me give you an example. See, a person says that he is being able to look at all these things. He is just staying in the world because he cannot just leave the family and go, and he knows that the family needs him, and he is there. But okay, he writes books. He sells those books, and he gets reviews of those books. Where do you put this one as? He writes an autobiography, okay, and he publishes it. Can we say that this person is having no wants at all? If the person was leaving something, how would that person really feel like writing something and then going to a printer, getting that one printed? So all these are actions which are driven by the basic intent that is there. If you didn't have that intent, these actions won't come at all, are not necessary at all.
No, that
So
is,
I am not able to get all these things, Vilas. I'm struggling with that factor.
Exactly.
Vilas. Actually,
no, I agree.
when you and Lata discuss about certain things like Swami, she likes somebody, right? Some Guru of Sri Sri or something like that. Not Guru of Sri Sri, even not Sri Sri. Even the person whom she says, that person, she always says, no, that person was in the family and then he wrote his autobiography. Because for me, once you write an autobiography, you're already indicating that I'm wanting to write it. I want people to read it. Hence, I want that to be written in a book. And then I want to publish it. This want is there basically, right? This want is there. And is this want the right want? Meaning, if the person who has got the awareness, is he delinking himself from the world?
No,
I'm not able to make. See, you see Buddha, you see all these people. Others wrote about them. They didn't write about themselves.
right, I agree with you. See, now here we have to choose one through intellect, it has limitation, one through consciousness, which has no limitation. Okay, so when we intellectually see about the Lahiri Mahasai, which she was reading about, is something we are intellectualizing. When we look about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and Bhatt keeps on asking me every time, is he liberated? How does it really matter whether he is liberated or not? Are we going to get liberated is more important than who liberated or who did not liberate.
No. What you are saying is right. But then we are all following the footsteps of something, right? Because
Exactly.
it's not that this act of liberation has come to us. We read so many things, and that is the reason we feel that there is a need for moving towards this.
Correct.
Okay,
So,
which I understand. But for
so
me,
wait for a second. I understand your problem. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is, we have to break that himsa, that struggle, that what you use the word struggle, that is a himsa. Because you said that you're struggling to see how this works. Now you take that and practice ahimsa, it breaks. Then you will be able to see what is real and what is unreal. Just because somebody writes an autobiography doesn't become wrong. And if he doesn't write, he doesn't become right also. So it doesn't really matter. It is whether he practice himsa or ahimsa, and that will be seen by his actions. So if the person's actions are such that there is ahimsa in everything he's doing, then it doesn't matter whether he wrote an autobiography himself, or somebody wrote it for him, or somebody he wanted to share, or
Right.
whatever it is. It really
Right.
doesn't matter.
What you're saying is right. Then in that case, somebody being ambitious and still not attributing that ambition attributing the whole ambition to Brahman is again not wrong, right? So there are many people who could have been liberated as long as they don't feel it is they who are doing it. It is just that it is happening.
Exactly. So now let us say, Padma Shri, you are working in the company and you are wanting to attain something, and you give everything off to Brahman or to Ishvara or whatever it is, then you are liberated. It doesn't really matter. That's what a whole Bhagavad Gita is all about. Right? It talks about action in inaction and inaction in action. And if you were able to do that, you are released, because as a Kshatriya, that person was supposed to do this. As a Vaishya or a Shudra, where you are working for a company, you just work. Don't take a single thing as your achievement. You are getting it out of your punya, you are taking from that water and you are dropping it back to the same water. Kere na tagadu kere neerana kerege hakidante. Similar. So there is no himsa. Consciousness is not tortured.
Okay. So that means I'm completely, I again, conceptually, Bhagavad Gita saying what it is saying, I fully understand that one. So there's nothing wrong in having the ambition as long as you are the whole, you are making Brahmarpanam after that.
Exactly. Because ambition is coming from the mind. Consciousness is the one which is giving it the what I can say, the shape and form. So you don't see it from the mind, see it from consciousness, then it breaks. Either the ambition will go away because it is mind made. If it is not mind made, that ambition you are completely giving off to Brahman. That is, there is no separation between you and Brahman. When you are Brahman, it doesn't matter whether there is ambition, no ambition, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. I think, because for me it was always about the ambition, want, and all this. Because we are always having that. Whether it may not be ambition as such, but it will be simple want of why do we do all these things? First of all, why are we working?
Correct.
It is because we want the life to be comfortable, which we are thinking comfort is coming from staying in a good house, having something to go from point to point. These are all some things which you have indicated long back also.
Correct. So
as long as you are doing that, but not doing that because you want to, because the mind is saying, but more because you do that, and that is because that you have offered it to Brahman, then it is still okay.
It is very much okay, because you don't exist there at all. In all the activities, if you are not existing, including going to office, working and all that, if you don't exist as individual consciousness with mind, if you don't exist, then you have released yourself, irrespective of what activity you are doing, what others are saying, what others are feeling or they're perceiving. It doesn't really matter. You have done what you are supposed to do, is to offer yourself to Brahman, and which you have done. You have surrendered. Finished. It doesn't matter. However, this is difficult, so what they do is they generally get out of it and establish and come back and start working. So the Krishna there, he didn't wanted Arjuna to walk away.
I'll tell you how I have always seen my career in 30 years. See, every 30, in the 30 years, every year there is an appraisal. But I've never bothered about appraisals. I've never, even if the person tells something, if it is something which I have to change, I will change. Otherwise, even if it is wrong, no, I will not tell anything. Even if the evaluation is not something which, because there is a difference always in understanding things. Okay, I may understand something and he may understand something. I've never worked for appraisals. Never worked for any kind of, and when I achieve something also, I leave it at that. After that, it is over. Meaning, there is nothing that is involved with that. So I have always felt that this is a good way of leading a life, because I don't feel I'm elevated. I'm below something. Somebody is not giving me any importance. All those things is not there. But then when I am, for me, where I had the clash of the whole thing is whether you should leave it or whether you can continue being what you are, because I've always been doing that. So it's not, I have never felt unhappy a single time. Not always appraisals are nice appraisals. I've never felt unhappy a single time. Never see, my argument is always regarding the content which I have to understand or do it. I have never argued. Though people might think that I'm so much aggressive, as you always say. Padma Shri has a lot of aggression, you say, but not a single appraisal meeting I would have had aggression. So that is because I always feel that, okay, I've come into this world, I've done something, and I am executing something. So these are all not achievements at all. Meaning anybody can do all these things if they are having the will to do it, and they will do it. So there is no sense of achievement. There is no sense of. But then I always move to the next one. But then I am not understanding whether this is how I should be or I should be different.
So the only difference here, I'll tell you, Padma Shri, with all of this, what we are talking, is that if you were to establish ahimsa within yourself, completely, where it makes you completely peaceful in and out, which you will yourself come to know. The aggression or no aggression can be my perception or everybody's perception because of their tone of the voice or the voice itself or how they put things across. So that might have certain amount of coloring of the mind, which might make somebody feel that he or she is aggressive, and it need not be actually. But leaving that point aside, when you establish ahimsa within yourself, where whether it is tasting or touching or seeing or hearing, smelling and thinking, whatever you have, and you are in complete ahimsa and you are offering everything to the consciousness, because it's consciousness which is doing it, not the mind, then automatically it starts to work. Meaning, what starts to work is your mind will become completely still and completely cooled off. There's no heat in the mind. At that time, it doesn't really matter whether you are a samsari or you are a sannyasi or you are this or that, because all of those switches what we have created are in the mind. Sannyasi is better and samsari is not better, or a family life is better, a family life is not better. All these switches of true false Boolean values what we have created is in the mind. But when you see from consciousness, none of this Boolean value makes any sense. It doesn't exist. And you yourself will come to know. And that will be felt by everyone, not only you. It will be felt by people around you that you are very peaceful. And it doesn't really matter whether you have a lot of property with you or no property with you, or nothing matters. And you are not having that, let us say. And that is even more better, because then you have very less things to work with, basically to clear off these karma. So, first thing we need to establish within ourselves is this ahimsa or non-violence. With each one of these input which is coming, like seeing, touching, tasting, smelling, thinking and all that. Once that is completely established, the satya, asteya and all that what we have is completely established again. We don't have to do anything for that. It itself establishes it. Once you see ahimsa is getting established, it doesn't matter whether you are ambitious person, non-ambitious person, you're working in a company, not working company, it looks very different to you and also looks different to somebody else also because you are not attached to it. Meaning you will work because the karma is bound to what you are working. So you are working with ABB and the karma is bound to ABB. Till the time the karma is there, you cannot get out of it. Just like I came to ABB only for 6 months, and it's been 2.5 years. I'm still associated with ABB. So it's not that I'm not working. I'm working, and I'm taking it as only a karma. So the day it ends, it ends. That's all. So there is nothing to cry, saying that okay, can I get an extension? All that. But if the extension is possible, it is possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Simple. So when we come to that ahimsa state in everything we do, exterior, that is, you have money, no money, house, no house, all that doesn't really matter because you internally you're cut off. Externally, you're getting it because of your good karma, and that is good. There's no doubt about it. Not that you should reject that. No, that is not good. You should take that food. The food what is given to you, that is these properties and other things, or the position what you are in ABB, and all of that is food. So you cannot reject, you cannot throw it out, saying that no, 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 I don't like this food. Perfectly fine. And it is good to have. But one should not be greedy. And if you are not, because that is again himsa. So if we are adding greed to it, it becomes himsa to consciousness. So mind is adding greed, and due to that, there is himsa. So if I can reduce or remove that greed itself, that is the raga, dvesha, moha not being there, then I'm released. It doesn't matter what money I had or this I had or that I had, it is okay. So for that reason, you don't have to quit job. Yes.
Okay, Vilas. Okay, because this has always been my meaning. Whenever I do start thinking something, I will always get into this discussion with myself.
So hope I have given you
Yeah.
a peaceful answer.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do something just because somebody else is doing it. No. That
No,
again
is that
becomes
the method to do it? Not because somebody else is doing it. Is that the method to do it? Meaning,
No.
whatever method we are following, is it wrong?
No,
So
it is. I was initially thinking like that when we started. We had discussions and we had many discussions of this. I always felt from scriptural perspective what is written, it should be like that. Now in the recent past, as I'm getting more and more experienced myself and I'm able to explain my experience, I'm 100% sure now that is not true because there is no himsa. And when I say something to someone that you should quit the job, there is a himsa happening inside. I can watch that. So if I were to say to you and Lata and Bhatt that you should quit the job, there is an himsa, there is an anger or frustration or something coming up. So that's himsa. So now I don't any himsa at all. So that's the difference what I find between myself earlier and now. I don't know what you find about it from my past, how I used to speak and what I'm speaking now. So if you find there's a difference, that means there is no himsa.
Yeah, I do find a difference between. I didn't see that as a difference in you personally. I more said a difference in the way I am taking your information. So obviously your information is also changing from the way it was earlier. Unfortunately, I did not connect it to the change to you. I just left it as I heard something, but then there was a vast difference from what we started to think and where we are now. I feel that there is a vast difference because, yeah, you have many times indicated about quitting of the job is the right way, but I did not think that to be a wrong thing because I always felt that all the people whom we have seen have really left those relationships. Job is only one of the relationships. All the other relationships also they have left.
Correct.
to reach there.
Correct.
To reach there. So, meaning the few examples that we are having, okay, there is a difference between, I don't read so many of them. There is a lot of things which I generally, um, I do a lot of thinking from my own perspective, and I have heard a lot of things. I take information like what I hear from you, what I hear from Lata. So from that I get a little bit more. Meaning I personally don't sit buy books and sit and read a lot of things. So, but I have got that information which from looking at all those things. What I feel is that all the people whom we are referring to, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Vivekananda or um, Buddha or Adi Shankara, anybody you take for that matter. You're talking about Krishna. Krishna is supposed to be the most chaste person. And when I was very young, I've heard a story also about that. So, though we are talking about so much of bad things, like he was stealing, he had so many people as his wives, and all those things we have heard. But then he was also known to be the most chaste being in the world. So the point that I was trying to make is that we have heard so many people. All these people are so detached. Even when you take Krishna, he could have easily joined the Pandavas to fight the war because he was always representing Dharma. But then he gave the choice again to Duryodhana. And if Duryodhana had chosen it right, perhaps Krishna would have gone. So he was the most equanimous personality you can find in whole of Mahabharata. He was the most neutral personality, though there is always a feeling that Krishna was partial to the Pandavas.
Correct.
The whole story runs like that. But if you go to the deeper meaning of the Mahabharata story, you will realize that Krishna was the most neutral. At any point in time, he was the most neutral personality in the whole of Mahabharata.
True.
So what I was saying is that all these people are so detached from what they are. They've left everything and then done it. Of course, Bhagavad Gita says that you don't need to leave. And of course, and also I know about. I don't know this character also has left a lot of influence on me. That is the Bhakta Kumbhara story. I don't want to think whether that is real fiction or anything like that. I only want to say that that character itself, when they have that whole thing, when they have indicated, it's very clear that karma is. He hardly has had any knowledge, meaning his previous knowledge would have been there, but he by himself has not read anything.
Correct. True.
So, but then he was known to be known to have attained the liberation or realization. And in fact, if you listen to some of those lyrics in the Kannada movie song itself, no, they are very profound. Though they are lyrics for a movie,
yes,
they are very profound lyrics which are there.
Good. And it is, Padma Shri, sorry, it is already 10:03. Need to jump into another meeting, but it is good discussion. So, conclusion is that we don't have to change something just because of force. That is again Himsa. So, we need to see what is pragmatic. And pragmatic is Himsa, Ahimsa.
Right.
Okay, so let's continue our journey tomorrow on Ahimsa.
Okay.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vilas, for taking the trouble of explaining it to me.
No
Thanks.
worries. No worries. Okay, bye.
ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಅವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸುಧಾಮೂರ್ತಿ